Hi guys, it's Matt from Bullion Now, and I'm back again with another international interview with a gentleman who I've been watching for a number of years, and you may know him. His name is Silver Joker. How are you going?
I'm doing pretty good, my friend. It's good to be here. I'm glad you guys invited me on here. I'm excited about this. I love this stuff.
It's a lot of fun, and I must say I've been watching your channel for quite some time, and this is bizarre. It's
Yeah.
really quite strange to be hearing you, to be asking questions and hearing answers directly. I feel like I'm living in a strange time. It's a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
Well, it's time for silver. This is silver's time, man. I mean, silver has exploded in attention lately. I mean, the demand and just the excitement around physical silver bullion is just it's unprecedented. I've been doing this for a while. A lot of people have been doing a lot longer than me, but just now, man, it's awesome, and I love it. I love it.
I was going to say, I find that very interesting that, you've already done over 300 videos now, but somehow the content is still
Wow,
so engaging and
300 videos.
exciting. Like every time you put up a new video, I'm
Uh,
always having a watch and loving it. It doesn't get dull or boring, but I guess that goes along with being in the industry.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'd love to hear you say that. Well, I mean, I do try, but I tell you what it is, it's the audience. It's the people that leave the comments, the people that give me that energy that's really makes this worth it. I mean, I love making videos. I mean, I do it for nothing. YouTube basically pays people nothing to do it. I hope they're not listening, but I would do this for nothing. I do it for just the sheer enjoyment of making videos and showing some of my silver and just connecting with the people out there that like silver.
Yeah, and one of the things that I also really enjoy is that you go to locations, whether it be your local coin shop, or I noticed in the frame there, you've got that little puzzle box that you got recently at a coin
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. That is the guy's name is, well, I can't. I think his handle is, I should say, was the Grumpy uh, Stacker, I believe is what his name is, the Grumpy Stacker, and he made that. I think this is probably the only one that he's made. At least it was at the time I got this
Yeah.
at the show, so I can get a good shot of that. But it is. It's a puzzle box, and it comes in all these little pieces. I think there's 8 pieces. It's just about 3.5 ounces, maybe a little more. But it wasn't really about the ounces. Really, it was just about making this box. And he had it at the show. I saw it, and I just had to have it. I mean, that's really why I go to the coin shows to look for unique stuff, because you can get eagles pretty much anywhere and maple leaves and that kind of stuff. But that's the kind of stuff at the shows that I really look for.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. I must say that I am a sucker for some of those higher premium items. And
Oh yeah.
that's actually a question that I have for you. Do you favor the higher premium, or is your main focus the core stack?
Well, I have a collection which I consider everything that I buy premium as a collection. And then there's my stack, the core, the eagles, the maple leaves, those kind of stuff. A lot of the generic silver rounds and bars. That's the core of my stack. The premium stuff, some of it is no sale. It's never going to go anywhere. And some of the higher premium stuff, um, I want to say I want to say that it's part of my savings and I'm going to use it one day. But something like this kilo kookaburra here and this puzzle box here, it's going to be real hard to. I mean,
Yeah.
they're definitely going to go last if they go at all. So yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, I have like a dual stack. I have stuff that I really like that I pay a premium for, but most of the stuff, the majority, I'd say 80% of my stack is just bullion grade bullion.
Oh, that's a very even, an even-handed way of doing it. I
Mm-hmm.
would say that I'm unfortunately probably on the opposite end of that spectrum, and the vast
Yeah,
majority
well,
of my holdings are just never sell.
yeah. Well, I saw your video today where you were showing off some of your premium silver, and I got to say, you got an impressive collection. I'm sure that's just a tiny part of it,
Yeah.
but that I think is, what was it, a that spider? What's that
Oh,
spider?
the
It's
redback spider. Yeah.
redback. Yeah, that. See, I missed out on that coin, and now the premiums are so high on them things that if you can find them,
Yeah.
then the premiums are so high that they're pretty much prohibitive for me. But I'd love to have one of them. I'm going to keep my eyes open for one.
I'll keep my eyes peeled as well. If I see one, I'll let you know.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's go back to the start. What got you started in stacking, and then in addition to that, what motivated you to start your channel?
Well, I'm motivated to stack pretty much like everybody else who stacks silver. It's a savings. I work hard for what I earn, and I'm motivated to hold on to what I earn for the future and maybe to pass on. Um, and so I needed a way to kind of secure that, an insurance policy, if you will, with my silver, with my savings, I should say, or my hard-earned wealth. And silver does that perfectly. In fact, that's what I feel it's designed for. It's not something that's going to make you rich, although it could, but really it's designed just to be a safe place to put your hard-earned savings, so you'll have it. When the dollar goes south, which it will, which is my own personal opinion, and when the economy starts to be a little less, secure than it is now, which we all kind of feel like it's going to. You need something that's going to have value that you control, that you have in your own possession, and silver or any kind of bullion, really. But for me, silver does that perfectly, and so that's why I stack silver. I started my channel because when I decided to save this way in physical bullion, I wanted information about how to do it. And there's a lot of information on stocks and the real technical side of investing and that kind of stuff. But the practical side, there wasn't a whole lot of information when I started. A lot of people on YouTube, they kind of talked a little bit about silver as their savings. They didn't really talk about how they got it, how they budgeted for it, how they got it, what were they supposed to pay for, what's the right balance to have in your stack. And so I got motivated that way to just share that information as I was finding it with the YouTube stacking community, and it's been well received.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, it's surprised me how, since doing some of these videos, how receptive the community is to this type of content. It's a really supportive and positive community. So, and I notice that a lot, particularly on your videos. Looking through the comments section, there's a lot of really positive, enthusiastic discussion going on. So,
yes.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and the people there really genuinely want to help new stackers, and just the information that they get, they just want to share. They have this need to put that out there, and that makes this community just an awesome place. It's a resource, it really is.
Yep, absolutely. And obviously, silver is the main focus for you, but is there a place in your stack for any of the other precious metals?
Well, I do have some gold. I have right around 5 ounces of gold. But really, this is how I look at it, and I get a lot of comments on this subject. You look at the gold silver ratio. I think right now it's around 87 or something like that. So if you have 87 ounces, then you basically have an ounce of gold. So if you really like silver, then just buy those 87 ounces of silver if you want that ounce of gold. And that's how I look at it. I mean, if I wanted some gold, I could trade some of my silver for it, or I could, turn some of my silver over and go buy gold. So, to me, I have the gold equivalent in my stack with the silver. So there's really no need to have the gold. And that's my own personal opinion.
Yeah, and that's a very interesting view that you have on it. And one of the other things that I noticed in one of your recent videos that you commented on was basically not getting too caught up in or too emotional about the current spot price. I know I deal with a lot of people, and some people do get very passionate about, up and down movements on a daily or a weekly basis. You seem to have a bit of a different take on that, though.
Well, I mean, spot price is what the market uses. People that move a lot of silver, and most of it's going to be your SLV, your paper silver. And so spot price basically is a baseline for them to use when they're trading silver bullion. It's not physical, it's paper. And so that price is that. But why I don't really pay that much attention to spot prices, because that's not what I'm going to be paying for my silver. So I'm not really into selling it right now. I mean, I'm just all accumulation. Eventually, I'm going to sell some of my silver when I retire and that kind of thing. Hopefully, I can wait that long and nothing happens in between then. But to me, it's just not that important, because if I go to my local coin store or any place online, I'm not going to be able to get silver for a spot price. And therefore, as far as I'm concerned, my silver is not worth that. It's not worth spot price to me, because I'm not going to sell it right now. I guess if you're going to be, buying and flipping, then it's more important to you. But if you're a new stacker and you're motivated because you think spot price is the value of your stack, then it's a little discouraging when you see spot price do what it does. So if you could move that a little bit out of the equation and not make it such a give it so much weight, pardon the pun, in your decisions to buy silver, then I think you'll look at silver a little differently when you're buying it, when you're budgeting for it, because it's what you're going to pay for it, not what spot price says it is.
Absolutely. I find that to be a very interesting take on a very can be a polarizing issue, that one.
Yes, I get a lot of pushback on that.
Yeah.
a lot of people say no, spot price is everything. And it is. I mean, spot price is relevant. It is absolutely relevant. It is needed. Of course, you'll find that out very quickly when you go to sell your silver. You'll find out how important spot price is. But if you're purely stacking for the future, for the long term, the spot price has little less effect on you as far as budgeting for your silver.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of budgeting, how did you go about that when you began your stack? Did you come up with a set percentage or a dollar value, or?
Well, in the beginning,
it
was a dollar amount, and that was hard to adhere to because, when I first started, my salary was not set. It was not the same thing every time I got my pay. It was different. And so when I set a solid amount that I tried to adhere to, then as my income fluctuated, then I was not willing to have that set price fluctuate. So at times I was spending more money than I really had for bullion. But when I realized that if I made it a percentage, then the percentage just automatically adjusted to my income. And it's a lot easier to adhere to that way. I mean, it's a lot easier to have your percentage go with what you're bringing in than trying to adjust to a solid amount that may not be what it is every week. If that makes any sense, it makes perfect sense to me.
A very sensible approach. I like that a lot. Yeah. And I noticed you've pulled out some lovely Australian coins for the occasion.
Well, yeah, that was totally coincidental. Just kidding.
Well,
yeah, I tried to find all my Australian stuff for you.
Oh, you've got some beautiful stuff. I love it. I noticed you've got the wedge-tailed eagle up the back as well, which is one of
this right here,
one of your designers.
Yes, and that's really why I got it. Now I'm not really that into slabbed or graded coins, but this one is just so unique, and just the fact that Mercante worked on some other country's coin is unprecedented for one, and then it's just the design. I'm sure you've seen it.
I have many times. It is a
really
really nice design.
Awesome. It's a beautiful design. I like this 5 ounce. I like that is I think it's got like ultra high relief. I'm not sure, but it's indented. Really nice. It's concave there, and that eagle is beautiful. I mean, I like it. That's gonna be collection.
Absolutely.
So not going anywhere.
Yeah. I feel like I've sort of set you up now, but do you have a preferred mint? Do you have a favorite mint in the world that you prefer to get your coins from?
Well, it would have been the U.S. Mint prior to trying to buy the last offerings that they had.
Oh, I heard about
you're
this.
Probably, I mean, no, I'm really just kidding. But, I do like U.S. coins. And I know, I mean, that sounds, I like, it's not so much the design, it's just the prestige of those coins. I mean, they don't really make a lot of variety for one thing, but it's just that eagle. You know, that eagle is just, I mean, to me, there's really nothing like it. I mean, I love that eagle. It's just iconic. But then, of course, the next mint, and I'm not just saying this, would be the Perth mint. You guys make a variety of just awesome, awesome coins. And then you're always coming up with something new, always coming up with something new.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, I just, you know, just waiting for, anticipating the next offering is something to do.
It's funny that I asked that as though it's a loaded question, but I often publicly say that the Canadian mint is my favorite. So
yeah, well, the Canadian
actually...
mint, they make some pretty good coins too. But if I didn't say the U.S. mint, with me living in the United States, this might be my last interview. I mean,
you might have some problems.
Yeah, I might have some splaining to do. No, I'm just kidding. But no, really, I do like the U.S. mint. I do like the Perth mint. You know, there's a lot of mints out there that I like. You know, what they're making now with just the way that they could, you know, the computers are made to put the designs on coins now. It's awesome, man. It's just a perfect time to just like silver.
It is indeed, and it's a lot of fun. And on
Yes,
that note, what do your friends and family think of this stacking journey that you're on?
I'm on a desert island, all alone.
Really?
Really, I mean, it's just I'm not sure that they get. Well, for one thing, I like silver. I mean, that's the bottom. I really do like silver. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. I'm just a silverholic. I like silver. And so trying to convince them to like silver like me is just, it's not going to happen. But on the other hand, trying to convince someone that this is a good investment starts with just them understanding what silver is, what it can do for you. And that's where, you know, if somebody's not looking to really save, I mean, seriously save for the future, then, you know, silver is kind of not even in their sights. And it's difficult. I keep trying. Some I've convinced to buy a few things. They're not stackers yet, but I'm hopeful.
Oh, well, luckily you've got a very large community of supporters of your work as it is anyway. So,
well, everybody's going to stack silver one day.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. But I can relate to that. A lot of friends and family have little to no interest in the industry, so it's not for everyone, but it's a lot of fun if you enjoy it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I think in terms of we could go on for hours, and I do have a lot of questions, but I don't want to overwhelm people with this first video. I think we'll have to do a part 2 at some point in time.
Absolutely, I'd love to do that.
It's been a lot of fun, and I really do intend to have a follow-up at some point in time. I think people will have many more questions, and we've only just touched the tip of the iceberg here. But just in closing, if you had a small piece of advice for anyone who was perhaps on the fence about getting into silver or starting up a stack, what would that be?
Well, I'd first tell them to determine exactly what they expect silver to do for them. Understand exactly what silver's for. You know, it's easy to get overwhelmed and caught up if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you know, people showing their full stacks and that kind of thing. And, you know, the prices that you see, the premiums that you see for silver, it's easy to get caught up in thinking that silver is going to make you a lot of money. So I would say to the new stacker, just absolutely research it, understand what you expect silver to do for you, then find out what silver is actually meant to do for you. And then, you know, make a budget. Set a certain amount that you want to spend, be it a percentage or a solid amount, and then just stick to that until you get a pretty good stack built up. And just always look for information, always in there, educate yourself as you go along. And you can't fail with stacking silver. You just can't fail.
Very, very wise words. Well, Silver Joker, it's been an absolute pleasure for anyone watching.
I had a ball. It's been fun. A lot of fun, Matthew. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everyone can like, share, subscribe. Go on and follow Silver Joker. He has a wonderful channel, which is absolutely loaded with great information. So we'll put a link down below. And I think I may have already said it. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And for Bullion Now, International Web Series, this is Matt signing off. Thank you very much. And thank you, Silver Joker.
You're very welcome. Thank you.